The fervour of revolution is fading. Overnight, an eerie quiet has swept over Sri Lanka. The crowds of thousands that filled Colombo's streets have gone, the protest camp now almost empty. This stage had been the rallying point. It's still playing the songs of protest, but nobody is left to listen. That's because this country is now under new leadership, and Sri Lanka's acting president has today enforced a curfew, giving police and military authority to use greater force if needs be to clear the capital. He sent armoured vehicles onto the streets as a show of strength, and the people occupying the presidential palace decided to heed the warning and go home. They have already succeeded in forcing the previous president to flee the country.
He has no power in Sri Lanka, so we have gained our power again. So that's why we are leaving this building.
The quiet is in stark contrast to the scenes we witnessed yesterday. Desperate people pushed to the brink by months of shortages were resisting round after round of tear gas, breaking into the Prime Minister's office, who they blame as much as the President for the country's collapse. Now he's the acting President and immediately ordered a crackdown. This is now the calm after yesterday. Thousands of people stormed through these gates to occupy the Prime Minister's office. After fighting so hard to get inside, they have now agreed to leave, a sign that they're willing to compromise. But inside the gates today, we saw protest leaders in disagreement. A hardcore few wanted to stay, but many are just exhausted and think they have no choice.
Now they want to show that it's a terrorist activity. That's what they're trying to portray. The government is trying to portray it.
Why would people want to leave?
People want to leave. In one side, I say, if this attack comes, we don't want to give up any of our lives. So that's the main reason.
Sri Lanka's protests overthrew a president and forced him into exile. But the hardship that drove people to the streets is still here. And while politicians cling to power, their people continue to suffer. Peter Smith, News at 10, Colombo.